My Hero Academia has ended. It feels weird. You know that feeling when something just feels wrong? That's kinda how I feel. I usually try to steer away from me being the subject of the video, but it's so crazy to think that I was a kid when I started watching My Hero Academia. I'm grown now. It feels like a full circle moment. The first time I ever saw My Hero Academia was the fight between Todoroki and Deku. I didn't know at the time that it would become one of my favorite fights in the entire series, and in all of anime. It's just that good. Todoroki versus Deku isn't a fight. It feels more akin to a conversation happening with the fight layered on top to express the emotions of the characters and a lot more. I mean, that's most fights in shonen, but you get what I mean. I think one of the best examples is not even when the fight is happening. It's actually when Todoroki and Deku interact in the hall.
So if you are somehow connected to All Might, the #1 hero, then that would mean I have even more reason to beat you. In every memory of my mother, I only see her crying. I remember she called my left side unbearable.
It's his rejection. It sets the stage for what happens through the entire episode, and it's absolutely amazing because we get to see two ideologies clash, one from acceptance and one from rejection. To accept what you are,
he may be your son, but he isn't you.
And to reject what you are.
You see, I'm going to show that bastard that I reject his power and take first place without using it.
In other words, peek! It's one of the few anime fights I go back to watch every few years. Like I said, it's just that good. So let me talk about one of my favorite scenes.
You haven't managed to put a single scratch on me yet! So come at me with all you've got!
This right here, not only does it build off the suspense, it feels more like an active invite to join and try your hardest.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details. Perfect.
I always imagine Todoroki being alone in a corner, then when the scene shows up, it's like Deku approaching him saying, "You can join the rest of us." It's my definition of a perfect scene. So what about it? Nothing really. Those are my exact feelings.
It's yours! Your quirk, not his!
Honey, you do still want to be a hero, don't you? Just remember, stay true to yourself.
The one thing Todoroki rejected, he comes to accept, or at least comes around to the idea of accepting. It's one of the best and memorable full circle moments in shonen anime, in my opinion. I just look back on the scene very fondly. And just let me say this, this shot right here, favorite shot in the entire episode. It doesn't really do anything too crazy, but it's such a great shot. My Hero Academia could have been super generic, and there are some parts that are, but the way they progress the story makes it feel so alive. And characters like Bakugo shine so much because of it. Bakugo Katsuki has become my favorite character in My Hero Academia, not because of his personality, while it does play a part, I can't lie, but mainly because of his journey throughout the story. He has grown the most into a hero, yet he was pretty much a failure when we first meet him. So while I know it's pretty vague, let me explain. Bakugo was once a bully full of insecurities and had a bit too much pride. But after entering UA, he is faced with challenge after challenge to show he is not the main character. Holy crap. Did he think the show was called Bakugo or something? Even so, Bakugo wasn't afraid to confront his past and apologize for all his wrongs, while also continuing to grow strong, recognizing his weaknesses to catch up to Deku, the person he rejected his whole life. Deku, real name Izuku Midoriya, had given Bakugo the nickname Kachan. While similar to the name Deku being both nicknames, that's the only similarity, that they're nicknames. I'm being so honest. I'm sorry. But the truth is, they are vastly different in meaning. I mean, one name is given out of love, while the other isn't. Now, Bakugo is forced to confront the hand he had once rejected. Will he accept it? Well, you still gotta watch the video, so we'll talk about that later. That is Bakugo Katsuki. Although a flawed human being, he is a true hero. Within the first 8 minutes of this episode, so much of Bakugo's character is explored and developed. I mean, it's not like every anime episode you get to watch has good development in it. I'm a fan of isekai, but that doesn't mean every isekai I watch is going to be good. Yes, it does. That's when I realized there were 3 major reasons why these first 8 minutes had so much impact compared to the rest of the episode. It all started with a single card. No, not that card, this card. All Might, a symbol of peace, a sign of protection to anyone in fear, and the one person Bakugo dreamed about meeting. However, what if your hero is about to die? Will you leap into action, desperate to save the man that gave you your hope and your dream? Of course. Although, now you have to face your insecurities. The person reaching out their hand to help you save the man you inspired to be is the same person you once rejected. A nickname given out of spite rather than love. 2 nicknames meant for 2 very similar people, but both have very different meanings. Bakugo once said, if all you do is look down on people, you won't be able to recognize your own weaknesses. While the quote is great, this is Bakugo speaking from personal experience of looking down on someone. So now what do? Do you take the hand that you have rejected your whole life to save the man you look up to? Yeah, you do. As Bakugo rushes in to save All Might, we get shown his insecurities. Not that I'm surprised, but nonetheless, we get to see the development of his character throughout the entire story and see how much he has grown. So when I say we are Bakugo stands around here, I mean it. I think. Now that I've talked about both Todoroki and Bakugo, it's time for Izuku Midoriya. There's a lot I could say, so much so that it would take 8 seasons and 3 movies. Bad joke? Okay, moving on. Rather than talking about Deku's story and success, I want to talk about him as a person, more so what makes him such a great protagonist in modern anime. Because at this point, what can't be said? In 8 seasons and 3... Okay, my fault. Thought we had something. Deku is a nerd, that's it. But what defines him is what makes him such a great main character. Jumping into danger even when he's just as scared as the next guy, helping people he owes nothing to, sacrificing even himself for the greater good. These are all points that make him a great main character. But see, shonen has shifted from once resolute characters to now painfully realistic ones. And it's thanks to animes like My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, One Punch Man, Mob Psycho, that we get to see this evolution. I mean, they're not the catalyst of it, but you can't say they didn't help in the process. Even so, when we look outside of the 2010s, take the big 3 for example, Deku isn't much different from Ichigo, Luffy, and especially Naruto. He follows the hero's journey. Now you may be asking, what is the hero's journey?
Why the hero with 1,000 faces?
Well, because there is a certain typical hero sequence of actions, which can be detected in stories from all over the world and from many, many periods of history. And I think it's essentially, you might say, the one deed done by many, many different people.
If you want to hear more about it, I'll have a video explaining the hero's journey, link in the description. But that's basically it, or at least the abridged version. So what makes My Hero Academia's Izuku Midoriya such a good character in modern anime? I don't know. Sure, I could say all the general stuff like he still works hard and all that, but for me, it's his bravery. For you, it could be the way he nerds out about stuff and quirks, or that he's funny. I don't know, and that's fine. So let me change the question. How did My Hero Hero Academia's Izuku Midoriya change anime forever. And while I like to say something super philosophical, we all have our own answers. There's never going to be one right answer, and mine is just my perspective. Though there is a general answer that many could agree with, and that's My Hero Academia is a story that changed how we enjoy this medium forever. And what I'm saying, while trying to sound convincing, may sound like I only had 45 minutes to write this Deku portion of the script and couldn't come up with the answer, which, surprise, surprise, did happen. But from storytelling to art to even ideas of what makes a great protagonist, My Hero Academia has helped shape the landscape, even if it was only a little bit. Thank you, Horikoshi, for this amazing series. Without it, I genuinely think I wouldn't be doing YouTube. So, what should I name this video? Probably something like My Hero Academia changed anime forever. Or maybe that's just clickbait. Real quick, before this video ends, I just want to say shout out to Rox. He provided me with these Deku images and, thank you. Shout out to him though. Other than that, have a happy holiday. Have a good day. Have a great winter. Have a good Christmas break. I don't know what you guys are doing. Just have a good day. That's it from me. Hopefully the next video you see from me is sometime soon, but I really had fun making this video. It's like my third time trying to make something like this, but it was cool. It was fun. So I'm working on another project. Hopefully you guys get to see the fruits of my labor soon enough. But till then, peace out. It's been me, Susa the Suspect.